Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a handle re-release from RoseCraft blades, and this is one that came out the latter part of last year, and it is the Overall Creek Farmhand, but this time it's in blue Denim Micarta. Originally it came in black and red sandalwood. Now this is one of 3 RoseCraft reviews I've got coming up very recently. You would have seen last night if you watched the channel, one on the Elk River Easy Open Jack. Beautiful lamb's foot blade on this in rosewood. One of my favourite knives I think they've ever produced, mainly the fact it's easy open as a lamb's foot blade, which is a very British blade shape, and there's no nail nick because it's not needed. Fantastic. Comes in the usual box though, craft paper, logo, website, label on the bottom, RCT022BDM. Same pull-out style, tissue paper, foam cutout, all the usual stuff. But here it is. This is the cover release, or re-release I should say, of the Overall Creek Farmhand. And this is blue denim micarta, as I mentioned previously, and it is absolutely fantastic. Now, overall, I do prefer the wooden cover material over micarta. It's just a preference. It doesn't make this any less of a knife. It's still as fantastic as the original. You can see we've got the enlarged pivot here, as if like a shout back to other Sod Buster designs where they have the bird's eye. And we've got nickel silver pins top and bottom. And of course, there's no bolsters on this because it is a Sod Buster style knife. You can see we've got steel liners going down the entirety of the knife all the way around. Beautiful fit and finish. Nothing to question on that at all. Not a gap, nothing. The denim micarta then is very even in colours on both sides. Looks great. You can see where it's sort of contoured down. We got the lighter and darker patches. Quite smooth, but you could rough it up if you wanted to. But for me, I'd probably leave it exactly like this. Blade stock nice and thick. Blade is also right down the middle. Not had any issues with that at all from RoseCraft personally myself. See that down there. And I love the way the handle sort of sits with that blade in it. It really does. And the tang is not completely covered, but it does, this sort of ramp here does sort of cover it. Let's take a look at the blade. So we have a nice drop point blade on this. Got the RoseCraft tang stamp down here. And then on the back, we have Andy Armstrong's Maker's Mark, D2 steel, and RCT022BDM, the model number. Of course, this is in D2 steel. Beautiful action on this. I'd say pull on mine is about 7, 6.5 to a 7, so more than adequate. Very comfortable in the hand. You can get a full 4-finger grip for me and a little bit left over, so a slightly larger hand you'll definitely be able to fit on this as well. And this size is somewhere in between a case Sod Buster Junior and a full-size case Sod Buster. So I believe this is right about the 4 inches close mark, but we'll take a look at that while we're here. So you can see we have, let's have a little look. Just line that up there. Yep, right about the 4 inches closed. And then we have a nice UK legal blade on there as well, where the entire blade is under 3 inches or just about 3 inches. And then, of course, the cutting edge is just over 2 3/4. So a very UK-friendly knife, and one that is absolutely fantastic in hand. Got a half stop pin to stop the blade wrapping on the back of the knife. Great action. This is going to be everyone's favourite working knife. There's just something about a Sod Buster design, and the fact that it's in a D2 tool steel means it's going to hold an edge for an incredibly long time. D2 is a very tough steel. Is it going to last as long as some of the super steels? Probably not, but it's a fantastic steel. And the way that they heat treat this, the company that produces these for them in China, of course this is a Chinese made knife, is fantastic. They know exactly what they're doing with the heat treat. The action is fantastic. Just nothing bad to say about this knife at all. I mean, if I were going to be super picky, maybe could have rounded off the covers a bit here. It is quite square underneath, but not square that there's a hot spot. It just, out of preference, I would probably rounded them off a bit more. You can see the edge grind on this, perfect all the way around. Can't see any sort of difference between the sort of the weight of the grind. And it's exactly the same story on the back there as well. See that beautiful, the grind lines on there, but they are polished, so you get a sort of a satin finish on that blade. And they tang stamp it, which is fantastic. A couple of longer standing companies could learn something if they went back to tang stamping. Not going to mention any names. And then of course this is etched on the back. Overall, I'm absolutely blown away by this knife. It's as good as the red sandalwood version. If anything, this would be better for, you know, the sort of the working person, because micarta is a very tough material, sort of resin infused fabric, so it's not really one to snap or crack because it's just very strong. But if you want a knife that's beautiful fit and finish, they are going to be available on Heine Haynes. They're due to drop on the 7th of July, which I believe is, what are we today, the 4th, 5th, so that's Monday they should be available, or it'll be some point next week they'll be available on Heine Haynes here in the UK. If you're in the States and you want to save yourself a little bit of money, if you go to the RoseCraft website and use code SLIPPY10, you can actually save yourself 10% on picking up one of these knives, or all of the knives as well. So you could get yourself one of the new little easy open jacks and you get a beautiful lancet blade on that. Overall, I'm very impressed with the knives that the RoseCraft have been bringing out recently. I know this one's been out for a while, but the re-release of the new handle material really does make it stand out again in one that I can't wait to sort of use and abuse. And I don't mind saying that because knives are tools. They're not there to just sort of look pretty. I like using 99.9% of my stuff, and I will use it for whatever I'm doing. If I'm going to do a dirty job, I won't go and get, you know, a knife that I'll just don't mind if it gets dirty. I just use this and then clean it afterwards. Isn't that the whole point of buying a tool? But yeah, really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please make sure you press the like button, you subscribe, and you tap that bell for notifications so you can be made aware when videos drop. But as always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Peace out.